Welcome into WagerTalk TV alongside Tony Mejia and Andy Lang of WagerTalk.com. I'm Megan Payton. Let's start Chiefs versus Jags in Arrowhead for NFL Week 10. Kickoff at 1 p.m. Eastern. Chiefs are a 9.5-point favorite. 50.5 is where the total is right now. Look, I think we're seeing these spreads shrink a bit because the double-digit spreads are covering. We saw this last week with the Titans and Chiefs. We saw it with the Eagles and Texans. 9.5 feels right for me. Let's start with the Jags because this is going to be a challenge for them. They did finally break their 5-game losing streak, but they're inconsistent. I think about Trevor Lawrence and the fact that he's had more games with a 60 or below passer rating than above 100. Look, when Trevor Lawrence has above 100 passer rating, they're 4-1. Good luck going up against a Chiefs team right now, though that's first in total yards, first in points per game, and first or second and third down conversions. Tony, I'll come to you first. How are you handicapping Jags versus Chiefs?
Well, I don't think we'll see a slow start from Kansas City because I've never seen guys like Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce as frustrated as they were the other night. And I was frustrated watching them because, once again, I think I talked about this on a prior video. I fell into the let's fade Malik Willis trap and again was right and again lost my bet because the Chiefs offense couldn't do anything against the Titans defense that, all power to them. They really did find ways to apply pressure and kind of lulled Kansas City to sleep. And that's with all the passing that Patrick Mahomes did, almost shattering an NFL record for passes thrown. So Jacksonville, speaking of lulling teams to sleep, they let the Raiders go up 17-0 and had them right where they wanted them, apparently, because Las Vegas lives to blow leads, and won that game, finally snapping that 5-game skid. So I think Jacksonville will be live early because they know the challenge that awaits them at Arrowhead, and Kansas City will be wary and eager to get off to a better start. So it'll be interesting to see whether maybe a first half over is the way to go. I certainly like Mecole Hardman. Made me the easiest prop money I've made all season. In the other night, it was over 27.5 receiving yards as his number. He had that very early, ended up with a season high 6 receptions on 9 targets for 79 yards, got into the end zone for the 3rd game in a row. And over the past 4 games, he's had 17 receptions, nearly 200 yards. Started fast, but kind of faded there in the middle of the season. So he's clearly got it going. I think Mahomes is looking for him as the number 2. Looking at Kelce, looking at all these guys, but Hardman has really found ways to get open in exploiting secondaries. So I like him as an overprop, ain't broke, don't fix it type of situation. And I expect his number to be in the high 30s because they'll adjust, but I still think he eclipses it.
I've already taken the first half over at 24.5. Look, recent history, Chiefs and Jags. Chiefs have owned the Jacksonville Jaguars since 2009. They've only played 5 times, but all a win for Kansas City. Andy, any props that you're looking at for Jags Chiefs?
Yeah, Tony did a good job talking about Mecole Hardman, and I go back to last week where the Chiefs faced the Titans, and the Titans are a team that does really good against running backs, but as you saw, they gave up a lot of yards and a lot of production to Patrick Mahomes. They couldn't quite punch into the end zone as many times as they wanted. And Mahomes, ran the ball in instead of passing it for that one. But I would go back to what Tony was talking about with Mecole Hardman, as we're seeing a couple of receivers emerge for the Chiefs and the Jaguars. This is another team that is better against the run than they are against the pass. And Juju Smith-Schuster has had 88 yards or more in his last 3 games. That's 22 catches in the last 3 games. He seems to be hitting his stride in the halfway point for the season, which is not that unexpected. This is a brand new team, a brand new offense. So we're seeing Mecole Hardman, we're seeing Juju Smith-Schuster really become the go-to guys outside of Travis Kelce. The other prop I would bring up for the Chiefs is Clyde Edwards-Helaire is not necessarily getting a lot of production. He's an underplayer as far as his yards, but he is getting touches inside the 10-yard line. He might be a sneaky touchdown prop as a shovel pass or maybe a run if they get inside the 5-yard line. He seems to be their goal line back if they're deciding to run the ball. So I was going to fade Christian Kirk, but he had a really, really good week going for 8 receptions, 76 yards against the Raiders. So I was looking to fade Christian Kirk. I can't do that right now, so my focus will be on the Raiders. I like Smith-Schuster, and maybe as an outside sprinkle, look at Clyde Edwards-Helaire to score a touchdown.
The 3-6 Jags head to Arrowhead, the loudest stadiums in the NFL, to take on the 6-2 Chiefs. Thank you, Andy. Thank you, Tony. We appreciate all of your insight. Of course, you can find more of their picks and props on WagerTalk.com, and feel free to give them a follow on Twitter. That's where it's all at Mejia Dinero for Tony and at Bum Sports for Andy. We're going to keep you updated as we are already at NFL Week 10. Surprising. Thank you, Nan.